It's our responsibility, America's responsibility, to fix things. That playbook always works well with China, certainly when it comes to working with the Biden administration. Gordan Chang analyzes U.S. relations with China, author of The Great U.S.-China Tech War and the Coming Collapse of China, is with us. Now, Washington Post reporting that since the balloon, Beijing has been painting the United States as the global aggressor. And I guess the question is, why aren't we painting them as the ones who leaked COVID for all of their bad acts and stealing of U.S. technology, killing millions of Americans with fentanyl, the worst genocide since the Nazis, bullying in the South China Sea? I could keep going, but you're smarter on this than I am.
Yes, and it's incomprehensible that we don't confront them. I mean, there is a feeling in Washington and New York, all these smart people who believe that you got to get along with China. China gets very angry when they're confronted, so you can't confront them. The problem is that although some of these policies, sound like they're good to the ear, like they should work, that we should try to engage the Chinese, the fact is that they have landed us in a disastrous situation. What we have done, Leland, is we've emboldened the worst elements in China's system by showing them that aggression works. So they've become much more aggressive. We have opened the door to this very provocative China.
Look, we always want to be fair here. And to be fair, President Biden is, I think, the only U.S. president, the first one to say that we would protect Taiwan with military force, actually cross that line. Obviously, his administration walked it back. But here is both Secretary Blinken and Austin, the two most important members of the Biden cabinet, explaining their philosophy. Take a listen.
Intense competition requires sustained diplomacy to ensure that competition does not veer into confrontation or conflict.
The kind of relationship that we want to have with China is one of competition and not one of contention.
Right. You can want to have that all you want, right? The other side gets to say. President Xi, this is Andrew Roberts, one of our producers, right? I think it's a really good point. Xi speaks in terms of projected strength. That is not what we hear from the U.S. administration.
It's not. We heard Xi Jinping, for instance, on March 22nd, when he was bidding farewell to Vladimir Putin in Moscow. And Xi Jinping said that change is coming that hasn't happened in 100 years. And you and I, and he's referring to Putin, and you and I are driving this change together. That's certainly a strength because Xi Jinping is announcing that he's boss of the world and the U.S. is no longer a factor. Now, we have not heard pushback from the United States. And around the world, countries actually think that we're in decline. Now, when you look at the collapse in America's standing in the world over the last several months, it is absolutely frightening. And this can be reversed, but you have to have a president in the Oval Office who has the will to reverse it. And unfortunately, Biden doesn't want to.
It doesn't seem as though he either has the will or the desire or sort of the understanding of this is the fight of our time. Interesting things are coming out right before this. And obviously, but right before you have these big meetings, you get leaks coming out of the administration, out of the intel community. The hawks, if you will, are trying to message and pressure. One of these latest reports is from NBC about the balloon, that it turns out the FBI pulled all of that stuff out of the ocean, looked at it all, and came up with this concept that the balloon had a lot more sophisticated intelligence gathering systems on it than we thought, which is kind of stunning, right? Because, at least as I think about it, we were told all along, oh, don't worry about the balloon because we know exactly what's on it and it's no big deal.
It was a big deal because we tried to jam the signals from the balloon going back to China. And China learned about our defensive capabilities. So that was really important. And the other thing they learned, Leland, is they saw how specific commands in the Pentagon reacted to the intrusion. So they picked up an enormous amounts of information, in addition to whatever signals intelligence they collected. And this information, it was just no other way that Beijing could get it. So this was not a silly balloon, as Biden says. And for him to minimize that is, I think, 100% wrong.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.